Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. After the Great Migration, we're currently coming to you from the Aberration Investigator server. I'm not really sure how to do intros like this, but I'm sure we'll figure things out. I am one of your hosts today, Fletch. I'm playing a horrible little detective child named Camille who has been going through a time and is currently maybe possibly just a little bit broken. And joining
Yeah.
me is my wonderful, lovely, extremely kind and talented friend.
Hi, I'm Bam. I'll be playing a child. Everything is going to be great. I'm so happy and excited about this. Nothing bad is gonna happen.
Yeah, um, we don't know what is going to happen. It could go fine. It could go very, very bad. It really does depend on how things go.
Yeah. And speaking of how things go, may I paint a bit of a picture?
Why? Yes, go ahead and paint a picture.
Alright, so I imagine it's nighttime. Like, you know, the hour of the night where it's super late and nothing really feels real to you? Everything is like very dark, everything is quiet, and in a hospital room, in an unfamiliar building that you still haven't gotten used to, even though you've slept here for a bit now, well, it feels even worse. So the only sound is the ticking of the clock, the occasional whisper of footsteps outside the door, and the breathing of a certain detective on the chair near your bed. But you know,
Yeah, it's fine. Azumi has a very light snore, but Camille's gotten used to it at this point. It's probably incorporated itself into the rhythm. It's all good. Uh,
and Camille, I imagine you're probably like nudging yourself into awakeness.
yeah, he's straight up not been having a good time recently, and it has messed with his sleep schedule a little bit. He does have um he does have help in case of nightmares, but I don't think tonight was nightmare night. I think he just has a bit of a messed up sleep schedule and poor mental health, and he woke up and can't really get back to sleep.
Hmm. And as you're just kind of like sitting there and listening to the ambient noise of the hospital and just like and just sitting there, I would like you to roll me a perception.
Oh boy, let's see. Okay, well, you didn't have to be like that right off the bat, but that's fine. You are a shitty little detective. That is a
Yeah.
29.
Yeah, I expected that. Okay, so God, this is fun. Camille falls. This is fun. Camille is a kid. This is fun. Um, Camille, you you notice like movement in the corner of your eye, and you kind of like notice a child. Like, this is a real kind child. They seem to be about 12 years old, dressed in a faded green and yellow sweater vest, a dress shirt, and gray shorts over black stockings and dark brown shoes. And they have in the dark they have dark brown eyes that seem almost red, and you notice them kind of like looking around your room before their eyes alight on you. And with a 29 in perception, you notice as this child walks over to the bed and sits down on it that their feet, they didn't make any footsteps, and you can't see them cast a shadow.
That's fun. Yeah,
And you also notice that when they sat on the bed, the sheets don't wrinkle under them. You don't feel like any weight, like the bed didn't dip beneath them.
yeah, Camille's gonna take that in. Um, and going with the joke that we had made earlier in DMs, Camille kind of looks at them for one long moment before he kind of lets out a sigh and tries to sink further into the bed, like, oh, that's a new sleep paralysis demon.
Like you hear like the child actually chuckle a little at that, and it's just like, well, that's new. I've been called a demon before, I think, but not specifically a sleep paralysis one.
And he's still like flopped into the bed and makes a vague gesture with one hand. Like, well, you're obviously not really here, so.
Yeah, like I think Toko just like stares at Camille for a few more moments.
Yeah, just. There's a beat of silence before Camille does kind of sit up to look at you a bit more, like, so. Are you gonna do your, thing?
Well, for me to do that, I need to know what the thing is.
Well, being ominous, tormenting, usual sleep paralysis demon stuff.
Oh, I can make a creepy face. I'm gonna roll intimidation, I guess. Hold on, I need to remember what this intimidation was.
Oh, I hope you get a high roll.
Okay, it's a +3.
Oh,
11.
alright.
Yeah, they just like make a big creepy face, but like Camille, you've seen actual dead buddies.
Yeah. Camille, he's still looking at you before there's a bit of a snort, and he kind of pushes himself up, into more of a sitting position, like, um, well, it was a good try.
Thank you. And you see like this like child, like this child kind of look around for a bit and before going, tell me, is the good doctor here?
And he kind of. Should he roll insight to determine which doctor you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's probably good enough, I think.
Alright, with the 22, you're pretty sure he means inmate? You think? Maybe? I mean, honestly, even with a 22, all they said was good doctor. Like, that doesn't really narrow anything down.
Yeah, and Camille, he kind of pauses to think, because, again, he did say he's not going to call inmate, because that just feels wrong. And he's just going to go, long black hair, red eyes, kind of socially awkward.
I'm actually gonna have to roll something real quick, especially considering this is a fucking hospital. Let's see. Let's see. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Yeah, that's an 18. They not. Yes, that's what they look like.
Then yeah, I've seen them around. They're actually my doctor.
Yes, I'm here to I'll wait for them here then.
And Camille kind of just nods. He still is partially under the belief that this is just a really weird dream, but you know what? He'll take it, it's better than some of the other dreams he's been having lately. Um,
Yeah, yeah. And I hold Toko. They are a nosy little shit. So they kind of like stare at Camille and goes, "What is a kid? What is a kid as young as you are doing in the hospital for this long?"
and Camille kind of tilts his head like, what's a kid like you doing wandering in at the middle of the night?
Like you hear Toko like give like a little like huff, and it's just like, "You are but a child, half my age perhaps. I don't think that you're in a position to lecture me."
Um, hmm. You wanna roll insight?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. I'm like out of my hands. Oh my god. Okay, their inside is actually not that bad. I
Okay.
stand corrected. That's a 9.
Oh, just is just a kid.
It's
Um,
just a 6-year-old kid.
yeah, like they're just a kid. Camille kind of uh he's got um a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. That you can probably tell even with that insight roll. Uh, as he's just you might be surprised.
I think Toko looks around the room then at Azumi. And it's just like, "So, that's your brother?"
Okay. Uh, it's fine. The
Hey, what was that?
that was a whiz save, cause he was not expecting that of all things to be asked to be questioned, and so he kind of just raises. There's a moment as he tries to process things before uh he's giving you another not so bright smile like, well, not really, no.
I see. And Toko kind of like looks around the hospital room again. Like, about the hospital room, does it have like flowers or shit from like people who visited? Like, get well soon cards?
Um, I think people have mostly brought in food. Uh,
Yeah,
so you can probably see like you can probably actually still see some there, or at least a trash can that is full of food that is very obviously not from the hospital.
yeah.
Um, there's a few books and such on the desk too. Probably a set of playing cards and maybe a board game.
E. Okay, I think like Toko like looks around, looks at Azumi, looks at Camille, and it's just like, "Where's the rest of your family?"
God, okay. Man.
Flash, are you? Flash, is that another with safe, my dude?
Yeah, you're asking him about his family. And he's just, no, I, um, don't really have any.
Uh, Toko does like kind of go quiet at that, and they just kind of like look at like Camille for kind of nothing, and they kind of like sit on the edge of the bed and like kind of kick their legs out, and it's just like, "I have a little brother."
And Camille kind of looks up at that, like, bit confused because again, he still thinks that this is not real. This is just some weird sleep deprivation thing going on. Um, but you know what? Sure, let's go along with it. As he's just oh, you do? What's he like?
I think he was kind and sweet, and he would follow me around everywhere. You can actually roll insight on that, by the way.
Sure. Him and his horrible little modifiers that mean he don't have to roll high.
Hey, listen, Camille.
Yeah.
So, this you run back to everything this child has said so far. Do you remember when you asked them if like the doctor they were looking for had like long black hair and red eyes, and they answered yes, I think so. And right now they're mentioning that they think that their little brother was sweet and used to follow them around. And the entire way like they're speaking, it seems like they might not like properly remember.
Yeah, Camille kind of tilts his head at that. Like, do you not really remember?
Toko like smiles at you. It doesn't reach their eyes. It's just like a smile, and they're just like, no, it's been a very long time since I last saw him. I
I like
don't remember if he's alive either.
Camille squints and this slips out before he can stop himself as he's just, you're like 12.
Yes, and you're 6.
I. Uh, and he's not really going to say anything more in that matter as he's just like, well, have you tried writing things down?
Toko just like gives like a little like laugh, and they're just, are you trying to give advice to your sleep paralysis demon?
Well, I've been told that I have a bit of a problem with poking my nose in other people's business, so I guess maybe a weird, not scary sleep paralysis demon is, no different.
I can be very scary.
I'm sure you can. And, you want to roll insight?
Sure, baby. That's a nat
Okay,
20.
nat 20. Um, the way in which he says it and in which he's looking at you is, it's not that of a sassy child. It's that of, perhaps someone older than you, like, who is kind of like the impression of he doesn't quite believe you, but he is going to, like, indulge in you because, you're cute and he wants to be good and supportive. Um,
So I
but
think Toko is insulted, but they're more like curious about exactly how like Camille looked at him. So they just like very bluntly go, "You're not a child, are you?"
and cuz he does flinch a bit at that, but like again, he doesn't think he's actually awake. It's not like Dream Demon's gonna go off telling anyone. At least that's what he thinks. Um And but yeah, I will also give you he looks kind of exhausted, maybe perhaps a little dead inside, but he is trying to give you a good conversation regardless. As he's just, well, what gave it away?
Oh, the way you look at me.
I suppose that's fair. I wasn't exactly trying to hide it, because I mean, who are you gonna tell?
Toko smile like Toko smile and grow stiff, but they don't say anything. Instead, they pick out like a lock of their hair and they go, "The way you say that, it sounds like this is something you hide."
And he kind of gives a nod at that, like, it won't bore you with all the details since I've run through those more than enough in the past few days. But yeah, if people don't, if people find out, then it could be pretty, let's say, dangerous for me.
Hmm. And Toko like raises an eyebrow and goes, "I see." The
And he
hmm?
nods like, yeah, the doctor you know already knows, but I mean, again, I probably all just some weird dream, but don't go blabbing to other dream figments or sleep paralysis demons, I guess. And it is very obvious he very much thinks he is asleep right now.
God, I hate Toko. That Toko is like a gremlin enough to just let like Camille believe it, and they just like give like a little like chuckle, and it's just like, very well, I won't tell any other sleep figments. But tell me, if I am a sleep paralysis demon, why am I this way? Why did you dream me up?
And he kind of thinks for a moment, and he's just like, I'm not really sure actually. I thought that there was supposed to be some big, scary manifestations of, like, clowns or other things you're supposed to be afraid of. I'm not sure actually.
Toko tilts their head. Tilts their head. Then why are you so sure I'm a sleep paralysis demon? Is there anything that I Is there anything in me that you're so afraid of?
And he is thinking, um, you want to roll insight?
Sure. That's a dirty 20.
All right. Uh, though, like, at this point he's healed enough for the head bandages to come off. Um, he does still very much have a conkus of the bonkus. So though he is trying to think, it looks like he he's also still probably a bit sleep deprived. And has so many other things on his mind right now that he can't really seem to connect the dots right now. Uh, and because he is half tune, uh, there are probably like some gears that pop up above his head, but like they are not really moving. They try to, but no thought come.
Hee. And Toko just like I think Toko just leans on the bed further and it's just like, does your not brother know that? And their eyes flick to Azumi.
That I'm not actually a kid.
Yes.
And he nods like, yeah, he figured it out on his own.
Do does anyone else know?
Um, well, like I said, the doctor knows. And there's another detective in the hospital who found out. You can't really miss him. He's like 6 feet tall and has rainbow hair. Um, and then he kind of falters and frowns at the last person he thinks of. Uh, like he had been like getting a bit more lively as he was talking to you. But that all kind of drains out of him, and he his eyes darken as he just frowns like, and then there's uh one last person. I don't think we'll be seeing him again.
Toko kind of tilts their head. You seem upset.
Um, he wasn't exactly happy when he pieced the things together.
Why not? You're hiding this for your own safety, are you not? It's not as if you're hurting anyone else.
And he slowly nods like, well, I'm also hiding it to protect other people, but he had different opinions on how it should be done.
Hmm. Like Toko just makes a noise, and I'm rolling something really quick. That's a 22. Like you see Toko kind of twitch, and one hand kind of like massage the side of their head for a moment.
Yeah, Camille
Mm.
looks up at that like, are you okay?
I'm just fine. And they kind of like look to Camille, and it's just like he disagrees that you faked your death to protect your friends.
Mm. Why are you never getting any good rolls on your whiz saves, little man?
The dice
Why?
are like, no, no, we're gonna make this worse. We're gonna make this FPS go bad.
It's like the dice are like, you ignored me the first time. Now it's uh now you suffer for your hubris. Uh and Camille he he kind of just deflates and he looks away. Like I didn't fake my death on purpose. Um You were right about that part at least, but it wasn't by choice.
Like, I think Toko, like, tilts their head and digests that for a moment. And they're just like, oh, are there people you left behind?
And isn't there?
Hmm. And what do they believe that you should? What do they believe actually? Do they believe that you should come out and tell the truth to those you left behind?
He nods, um, before he's just like, but that's the one thing I can't do. I If I do that, it would just hurt them more or would put them in danger or would
God, okay, I'm rolling another risk save. Even
yeah.
if Camille is rolling really badly, at least Toko's rolling well. Like that's the only
Yeah.
reason they have freaking out. I okay. I jinxed myself there.
God, you did. That's a 12.
It's not bad. It's just not good. Like they kind of like twitch again, and Camille and their one of their eyes twitch again, and they're just like very quietly. So you're letting the people who care about you think you're dead.
I don't have a choice in the matter. I
Rather cowardly of you, isn't it?
maybe so.
Have you even tried?
If What do you mean by tried?
Have you tried? Like they kind of gesture at Camille, getting out of the situation, finding a way to contact them without putting them in danger.
I, I'm currently in a situation in which it is entirely possible that I could truly actually die at any given moment. I don't, it wouldn't be fair to me to let them have some paltry imitation of me and let them hope and then take that away from them.
Okay, dice parser, come here for a
Oh
second.
boy.
I'm rolling
Okay,
this
that's
at
23.
disadvantage. No, this one I'm rolling at disadvantage just because of the exact wording of what you said.
Oh boy. Well,
14, that's still decent. Dice parser is being very nice.
yeah.
Like,
Toko gets rights. Camille does not.
I would also like to mention to everyone that this is a 12-year-old.
Yeah, Camille is dumping all this on a literal 12-year-old because he has a little bit of a dummy brain disease right now.
I will note though, Camille, you can roll perception if you like.
Sure.
Alright, 26. You could swear that you smell flowers as Toko kind of looks at you. You smell flowers and another smell that should be very familiar to you. It's the smell of damp, packed old dirt.
Oh boy.
And you hear the vague noise of heavy breathing somewhere, but you don't know where it's from.
That's fun.
Yeah. Toko is still just kind of looking at you, and in a very controlled voice. This is a very controlled voice. This child has been rolling really good with saves, and I will be honest, that is the only thing stopping them from straight up launching themselves at Camille and throttling him.
uh,
Yeah, so Toko, in a very controlled voice, Toko is just, so you would rather die without ever telling them and letting them live their life. You would take that choice away from them?
and he kind of, let's see, kind of brings his arms in a bit closer and he looks away and he kind of has a neutral expression, but in the way in which it is only there to cover up something much worse, as he's very softly mumbles, so that's why he dreamed you up.
Ugh. Toko just Toko just smiles wider and it doesn't hit their eyes. And I'm not rolling intimidation, but they actually do look like very unsettling in a way that you can't name. They feel off. Which, sleep paralysis is the human guess that
Yeah,
works.
it makes
And
sense. It's fine.
and they're just like, fine then, I'll be the demon that comes when you call its name. That's not fair to any of them that you aren't giving them that choice. You can't just take back that choice, especially once you've died.
Mm. God, God, I wish I could talk sense into him, but no, he just digs his heels in deeper, and this is why we're doing the thing. Hey, Vamp.
Yeah?
That's,
Oh my god, that's a 6?
that's a 6.
Fletch, is Camille about to make it worse?
Um, he kind of, uh, draws his knees up and he is still not really looking at you. Um, he's definitely a lot more closed off than before. Uh, and he just sighs because, man, this is not the first time he's been told this. Um,
It's
but
not.
boy, is he still straight up not having a good time. Um, and and he's just if knowing would only hurt them worse. I believe me, if I could, I would go over immediately the moment it became possible, and I would bust down that door and tell them everything. And I would do anything to be able to just have that freedom and know it would be safe. But as it currently stands, that isn't a decision that I can make.
Boy. Okay. Alright. Rolling with save. Damn, Coco. I'm still rolling at a disadvantage just because of like how this is like continuing, but there.
Two. That's a six. Um, is it gonna be child on child violence time?
What? Hold on. Give me a second because Coco is feeling so much right now.
Understandable. Camille is also feeling a lot. However, his reaction to feeling a lot is when possible, simply just shut that down.
Yeah.
Which he is currently in the process of doing because Azumi is not here to stop him. Uh, and we all know what happens when he doesn't shut it down.
Okay, I'm actually just. Wait, that's the wrong channel. Why am I rolling over there? And that's the wrong modifier. What the hell am I doing? Oh, that's a 21.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. This FPS just went in. Okay, before I start this, I will note Toko like had a lot of good whiz saves. This all could have been avoided, but Camille has not rolled a single whiz save over a 10.
No, he has not. Uh, Not to mention, he is capital B broken. He is incapable of making a good decision right now, unfortunately, which is why the contingency plan has to take effect.
Oh God. Okay. Do you want to know what that +3 was?
Was it? What was it?
It was intimidation.
God.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. All right. Camille, why don't you roll me a little perception?
Sure.
This is gonna be fine, everyone. This is gonna be fine. Okay, 18. Like, Toko just stares at you. Like, they just keep staring at you. And as they stare at you, the grin across their face seems to split wider. Wider than a child's grin should split. It seems to, like, split their jaw open. And the, the black what is the white sclera of their eyes just go immediately into black, and as their like smile splits open, you can see like black, like old blood oozing out of both their eyes and their mouth. The bedroom around you seems to darken, and that smell of rotten flowers and old packed dirt and just death seems to get all the stronger. You taste like when you swallow, it feels hard. It feels hard to swallow. It feels a little like there's something sweet and something flowery in your mouth, but there's nothing there.
Man.
And Toka is just staring at Camille. It's just, you always have a choice. You're alive. You can walk right back to them right now. You have that choice. You're just too cowardly to make it.
Man. Boy, this sure do be something. Uh,
of character. Wow, Camille really told Toko that he had no choice, that there was no way for him to reunite with them, that just wasn't an option. Camille told Toko this.
Yeah, to be fair, Camille doesn't know shit nor dick about Toko. He just thinks this is some weird apparition that decided to show up in his subconscious one day.
Yeah, the
Um,
fact that what just happened with that 21 intimidation is probably not helping this.
oh, definitely not. Um, and God, boy, um, hmm, trying to figure out how he would, trying to figure out how he would react to that. 'Cause boy,
Please take your time. I'm also like grappling with like I will say like for Toko, they feel such rage at Camille right now, and they have no idea why.
yeah. And meanwhile, Camille genuinely feels as if he doesn't have a choice. He's not saying that to exaggerate or do anything. This is something that he genuinely deep down uh believes. It's like it's like going there and telling that person isn't something he can even like consider. Uh there's just basically metaphorically speaking a wall there. Uh,
Uh,
so yeah, 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 and he I don't think he does rise up to challenge them. I think he kind of just pulls himself in even closer and closes his eyes with a sigh.
oh god, my sister is vacuuming outside
Oh,
the room. I hope you can't hear it.
um, I can only hear it when you're saying something, I think. Um, yeah. Camille's, he is, yeah, I think he's kind of just, shutting down, I think. You wanna do an insight?
I will, but like I'm gonna do it at disadvantage considering that Toko is literally like getting overcome with anger right now.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
God, yeah. With an 8, he you can probably just tell that he looks guilty, but you don't really pick up on any of the interest you don't really pick up anything beyond that or like why.
Toko is just they're still smiling. They're still smiling. It's not a very nice smile. And they're just like, you aren't dead. You're still alive. You aren't dead. You're still alive. And yet you're going to let them think that you're gone. You're never going to even give them the choice of having last words to you.
It it would be one thing if it was just my life that I was risking, but if I and he's pretty obviously trying to find the words, but he's struggling because he just simply cannot. Um,
Do you know? Do you know what you are right now? You're selfish. The thought of your loved one being put in danger is so terrifying to you that you'd rather hurt him in a way he worse than anyone can be hurt than face your own feelings about it.
I don't want to deepen the wound right after it started healing. Uh,
Avi, I
yeah,
know it's helping. That's the
it's
thing.
not.
That's all. Yeah,
we
that's like
we literally
we
threw them in a room together knowing that they're bad for each other.
absolutely. God,
uh,
like we really discussed this, and we went. If it goes down that bad route, it's gonna absolutely wreck the both of them.
yeah. Uh,
And God, I think Toko just kind of like leans forward and like they look like they want to like shake Camille, but like their hands like don't like connect. Like they don't like they stop themselves before they actually like touch Camille, and they're just like, why, why? You have you you're still alive. You have them. You can go back to them. Why are you clinging so hard to the idea that everything will be fine if you're gone?
mm, okay, buddy. Let's see. Are you going to are you gonna be honest or are you gonna try and find another excuse? Okay. Okay. I think I can probably work with the 15.
Okay, I think that's the first Swiss save he's had. That it hasn't been terrible.
Yeah. And he uh cracks an eye open at you and it's uh it is just full of absolute misery. It's there's nothing good behind those eyes. Uh and he is just very softly um I don't know.
We're safe. Here we go. That's an 8. I'm
That
rolling
is
a
an 8.
disadvantage anyway, but that's an 8. Yeah, that's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, Togo just kind of like flinches, flinches away from like Camille, and they just kind of like clutch at their face, and they just. Oh no. You don't know.
Me dragging Camille away from a certain thing? Nope. No. No.
God,
Um
what was that sort of thing, Fletch?
um it's something that if I said, we would probably have to add a few more good warnings onto this. So I'm simply just dragging him away from that.
May I know though? Like, can you DM it to me? Because now
uh,
I'm curious.
yeah, sure.
Oh god, this is awful. We already knew this would be awful. It's worse than we thought. Oh yeah, that would be awful. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, if you had done that, I wouldn't have even rolled a with save.
Yeah, so no, I'm simply just dragging that away and I'm putting him in the bin and figuring things out from a different perspective. uh
God,
yeah.
Toko might be about to say something horrible.
Oh god. Uh
Mhm. I'm
question.
actually DMing this to you because
Yeah.
if Toko said this, we might have to add more warnings to this.
Do we want to continue to dig our graves with these horrible children or do we want an intervention?
That's reality too.
Uh
Digging
cuz
graves it is.
god, cuz I Yeah, we do
God,
have someone on standby with two whole characters who can intervene if things get too awful.
yeah, no, I'm DMing you what Toko is like literally going to say, like if Camille doesn't say anything.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I can see the little blip. God. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Considering the way both of their thought processes are going right now and the warnings it would add on, perhaps we should.
Intervention.
Yeah.
Handshake. We need an intervention.
Handshake,
Hey,
yeah.
Abby. Hey,
Hey.
Abby. I will note right now for Avi, if Azumi or inmate were to walk in right now, neither of no, actually, Azumi would see Toko, inmate would not. Yeah, I actually I made a note of that well, usually when Toko is with the Lantern crew, they're just fine. They're normal TM with a few caveats. But right now they're in their default state, which is, you know, and the reason why Azumi can see Toko is because I happen to know Azumi's lore.
Ha.
Yeah, there are three kinds of people who can see Toko when they're like this, and Azumi falls squarely into one of those holes.
God.
Azumi would mean that Camille will realize it's not a dream. Inmate would mean that Camille will probably still think it was just a dream, except up until the point where I assume he'll describe Toko and Inmate would realize. So either one of them would work? Question mark.
uh.
I'm so sorry for this, Flash.
Man. I'm good with either one, I think.
Me as well.
Azumi probably has a better chance of calming Camille down, but I'm also not sure how he would react to Toko.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I feel like Azumi would be better because, like, Azumi would be able to calm Camille down. And, like, honestly, it would be a good thing because if, like, Azumi does wake up and, like, does, like, go to, like, Camille, there is, like, a chance that Toko's gonna get spooked and, like, leave.
Hmm. Uh,
Would be more bite bite kill at Toko. That's not a good thing, but at the same time, like, it. Like, we need to separate these children. They're not good for each other.
God, we can create an environment that is so toxic.
I am so sorry, Fletch, by the way, for this. Like, I
Oh
knew it
no.
would be bad. I knew
We
it would be bad. I did not think it would be so bad that we needed an intervention.
uh honestly, I was kind of already mentally prepared for it getting to this point. Um because I look at how things went in our DMs, and that was when Camille still had his wits about him.
Oh dear.
So yeah, cause boy, if Toko said what you DM'd to me, mm,
Yeah, that would have been bad. If Camille had said what you DM'd to me, that would have been also bad.
like they're complimentary, but in the worst possible way.
Absolutely. They both have fucking trauma related to this.
Yeah. Anyways, Izumi, if
Azumi, please.
Hi guys, my name's Avi, and I'm once again doing a cameo for these two nerds because man, they sure don't know when to stop doing the angst.
Okay, okay,
I mean this affectionately.
okay. Toko was doing just fine. Toko was rolling great wisdom saves. I wasn't the one who kept rolling below a 10.
Yeah, but you kept forcibly imposing disadvantage on yourself, so
No, I only imposed disadvantage on the last two rolls, and only the last two rolls because of the specific wording Camille used. Everything else I rolled straight.
as I sip my tea.
I'm so
No,
sorry, by the way, Avi.
no, you're fine. This is like this is what I've resigned myself to do just by nature of Azumi being Azumi. So like, well, first of all, let's see how long it takes him to wake up. Or oh, buddy, yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
did
what did
say,
you roll?
I did say I would roll this at disadvantage. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we're going with the first roll then.
oh boy.
Disadvantage because it's the middle of the night.
Oh
Ah,
gosh.
boy.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
just gonna be assuming, like, for the sake of like this FPS not getting worse than it is, I'm just gonna say that Toko is a little too overcome with like bad emotions right now, and so is Camille for either of them to say anything.
Yeah, they're kind of
for
just
a moment,
commiserating in the worst possible way.
as the both of you are silent for a moment, you do you want to roll? What's your passive
12.
perception? 12. Okay, yeah. I know what Camille's. Never
Yeah.
mind. I shake him, stinky detective boy. You definitely hear some shifting from the god uncomfortable chair Azumi had been sleeping in as he kind of leans forward and rubs a hand against his eyes. And he goes, he hasn't looked up yet. And he just goes, Camille? God's sake, who are you talking to?
I'm gonna roll with save, and this one time it's straight. That's an 11. That's still not good. Like, Toko doesn't quite like register that Azumi has talked and is awake.
Yeah. Camille's probably registered it, but he's kind of just frozen like a deer in the headlights, and is looking over at Izumi because he's realizing a few things currently. Namely that, oh, okay, no, this is real and a ghost just decided to invade my room or something. Cause that is not something humans do normally. He he just trauma dumped a 12-year-old.
Haha, haha.
Uh huh.
And I shake. Azumi, who got an 18 on perception because I wanted to see how quickly he clocks into the fact that there's someone there.
Yeah.
Turns out it's pretty quickly. Uh, and the moment he registers that Toko is there, he's just there's a moment of pause, like, what the fuck? And he's just on his feet almost immediately as he just says, "Who are you?"
God, I'm rolling at advantage this time. Okay, 16 is good. Okay, I'm keeping this 60. Okay, like you yelling at Toko seems to like kind of like shock them, and like everything that was like terrifying about them earlier, everything that was unnatural just kind of like snaps off, and they just look like a 12-year-old kid again. And they look at Azumi and like they kind of like clutch at this side of their head, and they're just like, no, 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 I,
Who are you?
I got to go. I got to go. And I think like honestly, I think the lights might go off.
The lights were probably off to begin with, though there might be
Oh
some in the
yeah, I know.
hallway.
I mean like no, I mean more like you know how like usually even if it's the middle of the night, as there's like a little gap like in the curtains of the windows or stuff,
Yeah.
like there's still light coming in. Yeah, that's gone. It's like
Oh
pitch dark.
boy.
Yeah, it's only for a moment, and when the light flickers on again, like Toko is probably not there.
What in the hell? As I quickly roll a whiz save for this boy who just woke up. And I should also probably roll a con check to see how he's doing. Okay. That's pretty good on his whiz saves.
That's pretty good. 21's really good.
Yeah. As I also roll his con. Yeah, there's definitely some popping.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, beloved.
And he just kind of just there's a moment where he kind of just like goes around the room to like look around to see if Toko is still there at all because what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure that Toko just went through the floor to the floor below. So no, they're not there. Like
All right.
Zumi like would not see anything. Like there's no trace of what you could have sworn was a child sitting on Camille's bed.
Yeah, and I think after a moment, once he's uh all right, and once he's like checked everything and everything's just fine. Azumi just kind of walks back to Camille's side and he's just, "Are you right? You're not
I
hurt?"
want to do an insight.
Yes. Delightful.
God.
Hell, garbage inside. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, Camille's obviously pretty freaked. Like he's got one foot in the repression roller skate and the other is very much like freaked out by what just happened. 'Cause he is realizing uh that this was not a dream and it was in fact reality. So, oh boy, uh, that's a lot of things to unpack.
You just spoke to a ghost, a dead
Yeah,
child.
You just
Uh,
spoke to that child and you told to that child that you'd rather be dead than hurt anyone.
yeah, yeah. Not his smartest decision. Um, definitely not his smartest decision. And
oh, you dumbass.
yeah, yeah. Listen, he's got a concussion. he's also had a very, very long week. But yeah, he was like very briefly doing a bit better since your little conversation with Jubilee. It is unfortunately not so right now. Um it's kind of like a
No.
similar expression to waking up from a nightmare, and 'cause the um if you hadn't noticed it before, you with the fucking 26, you probably noticed it now. Uh, Camille's gone through a very slight yet very upsetting design change that F since that previous FPS, and yeah, um there is not really any life to his eyes anymore. So
Oh
he's
god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, long story short, your boy's going through it. As he let's roll a whiz save. God damn you.
Is it bad again?
When is it not bad?
I would like Neil to have one good whiz. Oh no, he got one decent whiz save. Can he have one good whiz save, please?
The funny bit here is that Toko and Camille have the exact same like whiz save modifier.
Yeah, Camille just consistently rolls bad on it. Um, can I argue for advantage since Azumi's here?
Yeah,
Yes,
go, please.
go, please.
If you roll again and get a bad number, no, you didn't.
If you roll again and get a bad number, just use parser. Just use parser.
Fuck it.
For reference to your audience, uh, on the dice, Camille got a 5, so his first roll was 9. His second roll was 12. For Parser, he got another 9. And then Avi
Hold
just
on.
rolled for me and got an 11.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay. Vamp thankfully got a dirty 20. um,
I feel like
so,
this is just the stages of panic that Camille goes through.
God, yeah, it's bad. Takes one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, and then the rest of the way, it's fine. Um, so
Uh,
flavoring that, it does take him a bit to like calm down and like focus on you again. But
I feel like Azumi might have tried to do the head, the cheek, the face cupping thing again.
uh, yeah, if you do the face cupping thing, that's probably when he finally relaxes a little bit, and he's just I'm not hurt. Uh
Do you want to talk? Or would you? He makes he dips his head as if to indicate, you know.
yeah, let's see.
Watch, I swear to God, Camille better not repress this.
uh okay. Um no, the head dip wasn't about repression. It was about doing the mind link in case Camille goes nonverbal again. Um
Ah,
Maybe I should just stop rolling whiz saves.
Yeah,
maybe you should.
I take your dice and I put it away for now.
Cause he just got a 3 on the dice. So I'm just gonna stop rolling whiz saves. This is an FPS. We're allowed to flub things a little bit.
Please.
And he takes a few steadying breaths before he's like, I I think I can talk about it. I thought it was I didn't know it was real.
Oh, I see. He's gonna sit on the edge of the bed. And if you want to, if Camille looks like he is in need of physical comfort, I can talk. God. If Camille looks like he's in need of physical comfort, I think Azumi is going to, no hesitation, pull him in.
Yeah, Camille probably looks like that. He is a bit shaky still.
Yeah, you're getting pulled into a hug.
It is hug time, and Camille kind of just he leans into the hug and just lets himself be comforted cuz boy, did not fucking expect to get called out by a ghost of all things. Uh cons- like sure he's been called out on that one thing a lot in the past few days, but he did not expect some random child ghost to come in and do that. Uh, but yeah, that's probably a good place for the Camille side of things. Does Toko need anything? I feel bad for that kid.
I, I
I'm
hold I hold inmate.
that's it. I'm rolling. No, I can't roll at advantage because ideally, no, they're not doing well. They're probably like just kind of like the problem here is I don't think inmate would be able to see Toko as they are right now. They are very much not like. I allowed Camille to see Toko right now because Camille is a kid and because I know Camille's lore, and I allowed Azumi too because I also know Azumi's lore. But I don't think inmate would be able to see them, so it's fine. Everything is fine.
Man,
Everything is fine. They're just maybe having a little bit of a breakdown somewhere. It's fine. The hospital staff will just comment on it being unusually cold tonight.
I am so sorry to this child. They really do complement each other's issues in the worst possible way, don't they?
Yeah. I will say though, I am kind of proud of Toko for like keeping their cool for as long as they did.
Yeah, character development.
This was awful. This was awful in all the worst ways for the both of them.
I
And yet we
strangle you
still
both.
chose to do this.
I strangled the both of you. Thank you. Have a good night.
We love you.
We love you.
But yeah,
How would Camille even explain this to Azumi?
he does not know. He'll probably say that yeah, he thought that he was having a bit of a uh like nightmare per se, or just a really really weird dream until it became a bit of a nightmare. Um but yeah, he might not go into all the details considering that Izumi had called him out on the same thing earlier, but it's fine.
Is it? I grab you by the throat. Is it fine? Is it?
It's
Is it
not
really?
fine. It's
It's
not fine.
it's not fine, but it's going to be fine because I am, by God, am I going to grab this child by the throat and force him to develop in a positive way.
I am putting my head in my hands. And I am just, Azumi, please. I don't know what I'm asking you to do, but please do it.
Don't worry, he already did.
Yep.
In it.
Uh, the contingency plan's in the works. So it's fine.
Yeah, it sure is fine. Ha ha ha. I hold Toko. Ha ha ha.
Uh, maybe they can have a better conversation in the future. When
Maybe.
post character development, you know?
Yeah. Here's the funny bit. Like, Toko reacted this badly without like even knowing why. Like, it's just like sometimes they just feel like really intense emotion and it just overpowers them without them really knowing the cause. And this was one of those cases.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
Anyway, everything's fine.
things are going to be fine. We'll it's fine. Character development will happen, and maybe next time they won't be so incredibly toxic to each other.
Yeah. I do wonder though, like, would Camille like ask Inmate? Because Coco mentioned like that they were looking for the good doctor. They were in Camille's room, specifically like waiting for Inmate.
Yeah, he's probably going to ask Inmate at some point. Um, maybe after he gets better. Because right now I don't think he's really in a position where he could do anything but make things worse.
Oh gosh, I put my head in my hands. You better have that I can't even pronounce. You better have that plan like prepared.
I'm going to be speed running the game notes for that, yeah.
Oh well, a nat 20 humming.
Oh.
For the audience, I rolled for funsies a charisma check. I guess this would be performance. Uh, and trying to comfort Camille. You got that 20.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think that's a good place to end this. Let's end this on a high note.
Yeah, it's fine. And I rolled the con save for Camille, and he is passed the fuck out a little bit after Izumi started humming. But yeah, so things will get better. Thank you for this trip down pain. Uh, I hold you so very gently. I love you a lot.
I love you too, and I'm so sorry.
uh, this is. It's fine. Sometimes you just gotta do a little bit of a grr bite kill situation. But yeah, it's fine. Uh, it's things will be better. Thank you everyone for listening, both now and in the future. Uh, I would say that I hope you had fun. Um, but considering that this was all pain, uh, I hope you cried.
Yeah, what?
I don't know what else to say. I hope you had fun watching our children, like, get traumatized. I don't know.
They were already traumatized. It was just the unfortunate bit where they accidentally drove each other into breakdowns.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the double breakdown. uh, but yeah, there is no way for me to not dig a deeper hole here, and I have a little bit better wisdom than a certain shitty detective, so I'm just going to sign off here and now. Bye, everyone.
Oh
Thank you for listening.
God.